And this year's Destination Branding and Marketing Campaign of the Year for population over 500,000 is Experience Florida Sports Coast.
Yeah, we are extremely honored and grateful to even be included into the conversation of the award for branding and marketing for Sports ETA. I mean, the Florida Sports Coast team, and especially Consuelo, has really been working hard on really pushing the destination and the narrative and really creating that brand awareness in the marketplace for our market segments that we cater to. And the lifeblood of our destination really revolves around sports and sports events, and then also the leisure aspect of sports tourism as well for our destination. So we couldn't be more happier and thrilled and honored to be the recipient of this award for 2020.
Talk to us a little bit about the rebrand that you guys undertook, and then how that has helped you in some of the marketing and ultimately some of the sales that you've been able to achieve this past year.
Thank you, Al. This has been a game changer for us, for our destination. We used to visit Pasco, and basically we try to find an umbrella for all the different segments and all the different characteristics of our destination. And it's been a great process. It's been very, very amazing because we got to include multiple partners here and get engaged with all the stakeholders and also get recognition out there with our new brand. We developed multiple collateral materials and a very innovative website, which is engaging and has all the different platforms to get involved with right holders, also to showcase all our assets, attractions. And besides that, something really cool that we actually work on it was our tagline, which is "Let's Play," that invites not only coaches or athletes or fans, but every single active traveler that is looking for fun in a destination. So we're always inviting people to come and let's play, as you can see. Another thing that we actually started last year was advertising in all of the major sports publications. Besides that, we got engaged attending multiple trade shows and industry engagements. So it's been great, a lot of networking, a lot of meetings, a lot of attending multiple sessions in order to get recognized by our peers and right holders and our audience.
You know, the tagline "Let's Play" is really appropriate for the business we are engaged in. You know, there's a lot of people that take this extremely serious, but at the end of the day, you know, we're in the business of games and memories, and those are typically part of play. So why don't you talk me through, as part of your branding efforts and the work that you created, what was the process you went through in selecting the name and selecting the tagline?
About 2.5 years ago, we went through research of what brand identity we had out in the marketplace. So what Consuelo was talking about, the Visit Pasco, there really wasn't no true identity. It was just a name. There was just, it wasn't an image. There was no brand architect. There was no platform for what we can stand on. And then it didn't really resonate with who our target audience was. So we went through a research project that encompassed the entire community. And we went through multiple workshops, multiple face-to-face intercepts, and then we went out and tested it into the market. And we, the lifeblood, as I said, of who we are as an existence is sports. And that's really what synergizes the entire community from 746 square miles of a destination. It really, again, synergizes east to west and everything in the middle. And it really took our assets into consideration on the sports side of youth amateur, and then on the leisure side of all of our recreational activities. So our scalloping, our bike riding, our skydiving, our fishing, island hopping. We have a plethora of leisure activities that supports the brand, as well as the sports aspect that supports the brand as well. So we went out to market. We went out to test the market. We did some A/B testing with some consumers through our research firm, and it came back. It resonated. Like, one, it was a position in the marketplace that was ownable. It was attractable, and that's kind of hard to find in Florida nowadays, right? A destination that's rebranding and repositioning itself that's not ownable. So we started doing our research on websites, on social media, and again, the ownability of the Florida Sports Coast really came to fruition, and we pitched it back to our stakeholders. They loved it. The Board of County Commissioners love it. The Tourist Development Council loved it, and everyone approved. So we really started pushing the narrative of who our brand identity was as the Florida Sports Coast.
Yeah, being a lifelong marketer, that's a very traditional and accepted logical train of process to get through to arrive at a solution that you get kind of aggregated buy-in and pride of authorship and ownership. And so Consuelo, with the differences in the marketplace, how much of an effort and did you go into the Hispanic-speaking marketplace and poll and do the research and development and discussion with that segment of the population in your area as well?
So last year we partnered with Florida Sports Foundation to go to Colombia. I'm from Colombia, so that was amazing.
I thought you were from Alabama.
Almost, my accent, you can tell a little bit about it.
Sounds like Alabama. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
So that's basically the first time that we were undertaking an international initiative with the Latino community, which we're gonna continue exploring. And we got a really good response back in Colombia. Unfortunately, with COVID-19, we have to table all these projects, but we're gonna resume them again, hopefully next year. They're very interested in Florida. Florida is always the place where they wanna come, and having a new destination and offering more than just beaches and theme parks, that's a great opportunity for them. So we're gonna start tackling new countries and new markets as we continue to see the progress with Colombia, which is the first one that we got started.
And now you've got kind of a benchmark, and I'm impressed you did some baseline foundational research. Now you can measure progress in time against that. How is that messaging now playing with your new branding campaign for the future opportunities? You know, you already talked a little bit about going down to Colombia, and you've got a new message and a feel. So how's that playing across all the markets that you're now marketing into? So
now we have our primary market. So now we're scanning, we're doing an environmental scan on who our emerging markets are, and really start tapping into that from a research basis to really focus on what our next evolution of our brand strategy is. And then from that, we're going to develop messaging in our core, with our core audience in those markets to really hone in on basically increasing our performance indicators for fiscal year 21 and into fiscal year 2022. So we're going to start by research, and then obviously build those campaigns out as we get that data back in.
So as you define your performance indicators and the data starts coming in, what are the segments of data that you're actually looking at? You know, a very common definition of success has always been around hotel consumption and the adjacent taxing that goes with that. But are there other indicators in your evaluation process that you've chosen to include?
So we have our soft data, which is always going to revolve around the metrics of, you know, impressions in the marketplace. We're looking at hotel revenue versus ad spend. So we're kind of seeing where our metrics are actually coming from. So it's impressions, visitor spend, economic impact, obviously room night generation, hotel gross revenue, and we're going to kind of correlate that back to our revenue spend.
Also the leads. The number
and our
of leads
leads
that we're
absolutely
generating, because sometimes we have the leads, we try to follow up. Sometimes we can concrete the business, we can land the events, but sometimes we can. However, we can keep those relationships, because in this industry, you see so many changes. So let's say I establish my relationship with the CEO of USA Triathlon. Tomorrow, he can be in another sports that we can host here. So we want to keep going those relationships, especially with NGBs.
So the process is solid, the evaluation tools are in place, the future evaluation metrics, you've widened your definition of success. So Consuelo, getting back into the trenches then and looking, you know, we've had this little pause called COVID. What are you guys looking at now to be able to further implement your branding and your marketing and your sales efforts going forward in terms of your focus, in terms of your innovation? What seems to be next on the list?
We have been hosting so many site visits. We were able to relocate multiple events that probably without COVID-19, they would have never come here. So it's been a great experience for us, and it's giving us the opportunity to start relationships with new organizations that we never had before. So our plan basically is gonna start the sales portion of these activities again, attending trade shows. I'm gonna start traveling again in December, attending the US Sports Congress, followed by Sports Express, and then Sports ETA. So very grateful that we have multiple platforms and also multiple events that we're gonna be attending. Also, part of the plan is to start the RFP process. We're gonna be checking what is there. We have new venues opening up. Last month, we just opened the Wiregrass Ranch Sports Campus of Pasco County. So basically, we have different venues. We need to start concreting and closing those businesses to bring up better economic impact in our region.
With that, congratulations again on winning the Destination Branding and Marketing Campaign of the Year for destinations, populations over 500,000. Keep up the good work, and we'll see you again next year on the podium.